Hello, and welcome back to another Mountain View soap video. My name is Hannah, and today we are making a soap for Hopper from Stranger Things. If you've seen any of the Stranger Things seasons, or specifically episode 1 of season 1, when Will gets taken into the Upside Down, we see Hopper come into the sheriff's office, and I believe her name is Flo, says that Joyce Byers had called a whole bunch of times. Hopper then responds with, "Flo, mornings are for coffee and contemplation." Coffee and contemplation. So that is going to be the name of today's soap. We are using 3 different colors. It is unfrosted, but it still smells amazing. It is scented in espresso from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And the 3 colors that we're using today are white, which is more of like a cream color, some honey blush mica from Nurture Soap, and some mocha mica from Nurture Soap. Say that 12 times fast. And I'm also including some coffee grounds, of course, inside of the soap, because it wouldn't be a coffee soap and it wouldn't be Hopper soap if it didn't have a little bit of coffee in it. I did not do any liquid coffee just because I struggle with the additives in terms that are like liquid additives unless it's honey. So for the time being, I wanted to keep things simple. You also may have noticed that I got a new stick blender. I finally decided to grab a new one, and I love it. It is amazing, and it also made me realize how much I was struggling with my last stick blender. So I definitely recommend, if you are struggling, head over to Amazon and grab a stick blender. I'll link this one in the description below if you're curious. I absolutely am obsessed with it. Okay, so let's talk about this soap a little bit, because boy, did I struggle. So at the time of making this soap, I did not realize that a lot of the lye solution had settled at the bottom of my lye container. I batch my lye the day before or sometimes early in the morning, and sometimes I'll think that it's swirled enough, I'll think that it's stirred enough, but it won't be. And unfortunately, that was the case with this soap. I thought that maybe it was just because it was my first time using the new stick blender that I just didn't stick blend a whole bunch, and that it was a little less powerful than what my other stick blender was, but unfortunately, it was just because it had 1/3 of the lye that it was actually supposed to have in it. So what you're seeing me make now is not actually what is going to be the end product. I ended up having to throw that soap out because it did not set up, and I just didn't dare to rebatch it because A, I don't fully know how to rebatch in a safe way. I don't have the capacity to rebatch at this time because I don't have a crock pot or anything to rebatch in. And then also the other thing was I don't know how much lye was actually missing from the soap itself, so that made me worry a little bit. So I just kind of took it as a loss for now. I was really bummed because I did remake this soap, and you will see the finished cut and will be allowed to get a bar of this soap if you'd like it on March 19th when the March release goes live, but unfortunately the new one did not turn out the same way as this did, because when I made it, which I made it on TikTok Live, I remade it on TikTok Live, I should say, when I made it, I stick blended a little bit too much because my brain forgot to comprehend that the fact that it was so liquid was not because I didn't stick blend enough, but was because I didn't have enough lye in the soap. So I over stick blended a little bit and ended up having to actually hanger swirl that one, where with this one, I did not hanger swirl. And the reason why I was so upset that I, had to throw the soap out was because I fell in love with the top of this soap, which you guys are going to see me start pouring right here. The top is just absolutely gorgeous, and I am going to at one point try to rebatch this soap again, or not rebatch it, but remake it, depending on how much you guys enjoy a coffee soap. I know I have a lot of coffee lovers in my family, in my circle, so I'm curious to know what you guys think about this bar. But I loved the top so much that I really would like to try and remake it. And the swirl also ended up being really pretty. I did cut it. It didn't really work very well, the cutting part. I couldn't cut it with my actual bar cutter. I had to cut it with a knife because of how soft it was, but the swirls did look really pretty. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to take a loss, and I did realize that once I cut the soap, I used way too many coffee grounds in the actual batter, so it was good that I had to make it, and everything happens for a reason. It's fine. I just have to get over it a little bit, but I'm about to do the infinity swirl on the top so you can see how beautiful it was at one point. And then I also have those little tiny melt and pour coffee beans on the bottom left hand side of the screen that I'm going to add to the side of the soap as well. And it's funny, with this soap, I actually had like 4 or 5 different designs picked out, but once I saw the way that this top looked, I trashed every single one of them and just added the little coffee beans on the side because I just loved the way that the top looked. It was so beautiful to me and really brought out the colors of coffee, whether you like it black, whether you like it with cream, lots of cream, a little bit of cream. I loved the way that it turned out. Again, it's not going to look the same when you see it cut in a moment, but I also have a story to tell you about when I remade the soap on TikTok Live, and I'm going to show you a clip of what happened as well. Well, when I went to remake it, I was so excited to show chat because it was like the second or third time I was able to go live. For those curious, we did hit 1,000 followers over on TikTok. We did do our soap battle, which will be going up. I'll be showing you the making of that soap on the channel on Sunday. But I accidentally dropped the soap. Here's the clip I'm going to show you right now.
This is what she looks like. Okay, yep, you guys just saw all of that on
I didn't, I was looking down. Oh, no.
I'm doing really well lately.
So for those curious, the woman that was next to me in that clip is Casey from What the Sud Soap. She is the one that is doing all of the soap battles with me. She's the one that helped me get 1,000 followers on TikTok and is just being an amazing human being, and I love her so much. If you aren't already following her over on the social channels, I'll link them down below so you can go check her out. So this is the soap that we made live on TikTok, the remake of it, and you can see kind of on the right hand side, that's where I dropped it. Thankfully, you can hardly even tell in the soap that it slid out of the mold. So I was happy with the way that it turned out. It smells so good. The colors aren't quite exact, and I did get a few glycerin rivers, which was really interesting, but kind of worked with the soap a little bit, so I'm excited about it. But the reason why I got glycerin rivers is actually something I know, and it's because the ratio of my titanium dioxide to water was off. So that was really exciting for me to learn and also see. And then it will discolor a tiny bit, but not too much. I do think I could have added a little bit more white in for the quote-unquote cream color, but because that ratio was off, like I said, it caused a little bit of glycerin rivers and isn't as white as I originally had planned for it to be. So without further ado, I'm going to let you go on your day. This is Hopper soap called Coffee and Contemplation. It will be available on the website on March 19th at 12 p.m. Eastern. And I also wanted to let you know that the next video on the channel, which will be going up at 7 p.m. on Sunday, will be the soap that I made during the soap battle with Casey. I'll explain more about the soap battle, when the next one's going to be, how you can tune in, all of that lovely stuff then. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I'm also going to be restocking and adding some new Simple Sud soaps to the site this weekend. On Sunday, I'm hopefully going to get pictures and have everything up. In the meantime, I do have a whole bunch of stuff on sale over there. The January restocked stuff is all brand new, or brought back, the popular stuff like the coffee scrub and stuff like that. I also have brand new lip balms on the site as well, which I realized I had never even announced to you guys. YouTube has been kind of on the back burner for a little while, but I'm glad to be back and I'm glad to be being consistent again. So thank you all for watching. Thank you personally for watching until the end, and I will see you here same time, same place on Sunday. All right, bye.